Land Cruiser.
Well guys, just out here in Princeton, BC, picking up another one of these old Land Cruisers. Right now I need the transfer case and trans out of this thing, and it's got a few other little bits that I can use on my other pig. Guess she's been off the road since December 23rd. That's my birthday, in 1996. This looks like a mid to late 70s model, judging by the tail lights. This is newer than mine. But yeah, she's pretty rotten. He's gonna come over here and pick it up with the forklift. It's got a bandsaw in there, which is nice. Maybe I'll fix that up too. So a quick peek at it, guys. I got the 2F in there. Been parked for a while, obviously. Yep. This thing's only been on the road for 15 years of its life, so I'm sure it's got some good parts in there. It's got the 2F 6-cylinder gas engine, the 4-speed manual, which I need to fix my other cruiser over here. So we're going to tear into this thing here. First thing I'm going to do is pop the plug on the oil pan, because it smells absolutely terrible. Like, ew. I hope to earn your subscription with this video today, guys. This is the type of content I love doing the most, getting these old rigs running, so please do smash that button and stick around. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Well guys, we made it back to the storage lot with the 1977 Fj55 here that I just picked up. And you know, you've all seen this guy before, my 71 Fj55 with the 350 swap. It's the whole reason I picked this thing up, because it was slotted for the crusher, and I need some parts. I need that transmission, well, the transfer case at least, anyways, because, well, mine broke in half. It's sitting down there. Yeah, we'll look at that another time. Now we even got like all the original hubcaps. The other one's inside, and the spare, like the original Steelies. This is kind of cool. She's got the original 2F in it. Let's see. I really haven't done anything other than the oil, and let me tell you, it stinks. It's really bad. But it is, or at least was at one time, oil. So, I mean, this thing's been sitting since '93, when it obviously got in a wreck. You know, the steering's all busted up, the leaf spring's broken and bent. But, you know, since I'm here, I may as well drop in the favorite battery of mine, the Never Start, as always, and just see. I mean, somebody's already hot-wired this thing a little bit. Who knows when, but I just want to see if it cranks over. And then, heck, maybe we'll get it running and somebody might need this engine. I know I'm not going to use it. I run diesels in all of my cruisers, well, except for that one. But, yeah, here we go. Yeah, fire test. I don't feel any sparks. Smell nothing, per se. So that looks like our starter wire. Let's see what happens. Oh, look at that. She cranks. It cranks, Naomi. Well, that's not bad. I wonder if it's got spark. Let's see, does it spark? Well, no. I mean, this probably needs more wires hooked up to it, but I thought I'd try anyways. Let's give her one more. Nope. Okay. Well, it cranks over anyways. That's a good sign. If you're looking for a nice 2F motor, this truck was only on the road from, you know, 78 to 93, so it's probably good. Low mileage, and here comes the rain. Anyway, have a look at the roof. I haven't even looked at it. It looks terrible. I think it's full of water. There's a bunch of crap inside the thing. I'm gonna have to go through all that. But we'll get to that another day. Okay. Come on now. Let's see what we got. Yep, that leaf spring over there doesn't look good. But you know, I may just tear that off. This thing runs, and go get it pressed out straight by my spring buddy. Weld the other end back on because it busted off. Just so we can drive this thing around anyways. Okay, what do we got? Oh. Well, I mean, I suppose the color's not awful. There's definitely some gungy crud on there. Oh, is this gonna overfill? How much is in there?
Oh! Kicking wings! Stop it! Somebody help me! Help me! Is it done? How much is in there?
I think we're good. That was close. Yeah, I mean, it's not terribly dirty. It's just really old. I really didn't want to run that and damage this motor, because I'm sure it's going to be a good motor, and somebody out there needs this. I know it. That's trying to do an all original 2F rig. Sucker's low mileage. Okay, well, we'll let that keep draining out. I didn't see any water. Oh, great. Clutch sleeve is missing. It's gonna make this thing hard to drive around. Anything else missing? I don't know. This frame looks super solid under here. Even that muffler's not terribly rusty. It was a pretty good score for the price I paid for it. It does have some rot here in the rockers and floor pans, but that's to be expected. Oh, weight reduction never hurt anybody. Yep, okay, let me get out of here. Yeah, you can get a good look at that stuff. It's not super dirty, you just tinge of gas to it, I don't know. Better look under the hood again here for you guys. Pull off this old Varcon filter. Ooh. Yeah, same great smell. Dirt Grabber L22. Either way, we're going to toss that. Throw on a good old trusty frame here just for testing purposes. I don't want to buy a good filter. I'm just going to change this oil again, or the next owner can do that. But that'll be a little better than whatever that was. Yeah. I mean, there's a few little tidbits missing here, vacuum hoses and whatnot. She's had some sort of emissions delete on her, which is fine. She's not going to run very well without that hooked up. That's our fuel cutoff, so we'll have to hotwire that too. Yeah, The old AC unit's missing. Some kind of custom bracket here. Maybe she had power steering on her or something at one time. I don't know. Still coming. Decided to put her on the tilt here. We got the jack all the way up. Get as much as I can out of there. I found this old metal Esso can. It's supposed to hold liquid grease. I don't know. Was in the back full of pistons. 6 old pistons. And it was already half full. The pistons were kind of sitting in there half submerged. So I don't know. The stuff that was in the bucket smelled a lot like what came out of the oil pan. Almost like Varsol. Probably could have used it as varnish. Should hang on to this stuff. For today's flavor, we're going to be using this Lordco Ultra Diesel Motor Oil with all the extra vitamins and minerals in it. I'm using this because it's the cheapest. But I generally run this in pretty much everything I own. As, well, like I said, it's cheap. But, you know, the diesel motor oil generally does have extra things in it that are good for pretty much any engine. Just ask Vice Grip Garage, Mr. Derek, he'll tell you all about it. I'd buy that Shell Rotella stuff too, but it costs twice as much. Assuming this thing probably takes like a jug and a half of this. These are 3.78 liters each. Man, guy's trying to get a read on this dipstick, and man, it's just ugly. I might have to get some sandpaper on this thing. The nastiest dipstick I pulled out in a while, I'll tell you that much. Hey, there we go. That's good enough. Oh yeah, clearly we need more. Okay, we got her all oiled up. I'm just going to crank her over here for a bit. Get that oil circulating real nice before I go ahead and continue working on the spark situation. There we go. Alright. That ought to be good. Now, let's see, we got a pink and we got a yellow here. The wiring diagram I looked at showed a black and yellow wire as my positive, so now I'm kind of confused. Okay guys, I hooked up my spare coil and igniter here and still nothing, so decided we're going to pull this distributor cap off and have a little look-see. Yeah, there's some carbon on there, but everything looks hunky-dory so far. I mean, this thing may not even be spinning around, right? Let's just give it a crank here and verify that. Alright, we got positive spinach. You know, I mean, maybe that little sensor in there could be bad. It does look a tad on the rusty side. Alright guys, it's the next day and I'm here working on the Fj55 again. Decided to get rid of this electronic ignition distributor because we don't have any other wiring, and in my research it sounds like you need some kind of resistor to fire up that igniter anyways. So luckily I was able to score this points style distributor off an older 2F engine that was just sitting there at my buddy's house. So all we got to do here is run our negative to the coil, which I guess we'll steal off of a little farm truck there, and she'll go. There's no reason this shouldn't work. So I'm gonna try and get this sucker lined up exactly the same way the other one was. With any luck, she'll drop right in. That looks pretty good there. Okay guys, back at it here again today on the 77 Fj55 Toyota Land Cruiser. You just saw there I had this thing running for a little bit, spraying her off the Cosby Sauce brake cleaner, and she's actually running pretty good. I like the sound of the engine. I know this thing's got to be low mileage since it only was on the road for the max 15 years before this wreck. So today here I'm going to slap in this leaf spring. This thing was tacoed pretty bad. I had this main leaf replaced. I'm going to throw this back in. I welded up the two busted tie rods for the steering, just enough so that we can run this thing around the property here, test everything out, make sure it works good. And I actually cleaned the sludge out of the carburetor and filled up the bowls there, and I did run it again off camera. It will run if you hold the choke closed. I haven't warmed it up yet, but we're going to do that. Maybe even put some gas in the gas tank and fresh filter, and see if we can run this thing enough to drive her off the trailer and do some rock crawling and stuff around the property here. So stay tuned, guys. Well, that's the leaf spring bolted in place. I tell you, that was a headache. It may have looked short on camera, but there was at least an extra hour of messing around off camera to get that thing in there. It may be slightly bent. It was quite the crash this thing was in. Anyways, now we're going to install the tie rods. You can see here, this is one of the ones I welded. The end was busted off. This isn't recommended, but if you're brave enough, I mean, go for it. Just stay off the highway. A little tech tip for you guys. If you got a loose ball, she's just spinning around like this. All the guy's got to do is get his jack in here underneath that loose ball, put some upward pressure on it, and bam, tight. at that. We have steering. Guys, you aren't going to believe what I just found digging around in the garbage inside that truck. I found a half mouse-chewed last insurance paper with the previous owner's name on here. Ford, Ken Ford, McGowan. We got his address. He's from Quesnel. So, hey, I might be able to contact this guy and even get registration for this sucker. What a find. That was exciting. Brakes don't work. Steering wheel came off. But would you look at that park job? Nothing wrecked. I'm a pro. Come on, baby. Well, we got her flexed out pretty good. I might be stuck. Yeah, this tire's tucked way in there. Sort of had a bad angle on this. Zero throttle control. But I was just sending it anyways, so maybe I'll just winch myself off here with the other truck and we'll try again.